My girlfriend called my name from the kitchen, but the scary fact is that she died 2 years ago. I used to date this girl. Her name was Amanda. 5 feet tall, beautiful with sexy eyes. We were romantically in love and we were planning on getting engaged when she died in a car accident. When she died, I almost died from the shock, but I had to move on even though it was not easy for me. I had to relocate and move from our previous house so that I can fully move on. After relocating to my new house, there is this girl that was into me. Although I thought she was just being nice at all, but I later discovered that she was really into me. She was really into me that she brings food for me every day, clean my house, and sometimes she wash my clothes. I resisted at first, but I later agreed since she insisted that she was just trying to help. After a few months, I started falling for her. Although I didn't make any move, but I enjoyed her company and I was fully moving on. After some time, I decided to ask her out, to which she agreed immediately, confirming my observations. We started dating, but she did not allow me to express any romantic moves towards her. I told one of my close friends about my new girlfriend and he was surprised. I told him how she confirmed my observations and also about the fact that she does not want us to be having any romantic time. He told me that probably my girlfriend was a virgin and that she is probably not planning to lose her virginity anytime soon, maybe till marriage. He also told me to ask her if she is a virgin. I acted on my friend's advice, called my girlfriend to a brief conversation. "Are you a virgin?" I asked. She replied, "No." "Then why have you been avoiding any romantic activity between us?" I asked. She was speechless for a while, before finally speaking. "I love you, but I can't, you won't understand." I replied, "Let me understand what's going on right now. Make me understand, what is the problem? I don't think I can do this anymore. I don't think I can continue this anymore." I continued talking. She said that, if she agreed to make out with me, that it would be her last time of seeing me again, which I didn't understood at first, but I do now. She also said that, if she explained herself, that it would also be her last time of seeing me again. I got confused. She said, "I love you," and she walks to the kitchen. About 30 seconds later, I heard my late girlfriend voice calling my name from the kitchen. I was very scared that my soul almost jumped out of my body. She told me that she came back into my life because she never wanted to leave me. She said after she died, she took on another body and finds me in order to never leave me. She expressed her love for me. She told me that she avoided us making out, because that will make her return to her spirit form. She expressed her love for the last time and bid me farewell, and the voice from the kitchen stopped. I was scared, but was more sad. So I was dating my late girlfriend. I crawled to the kitchen, but there was no one there. She is gone forever. I cried for hours and I passed out. I woke up on the hospital bed with my close friend by my side. He later explained that he came that day, but he found me in a state of coma and decided to bring me to the hospital. He also said that I have been in a state of coma for 2 weeks. After a few days, I was discharged. I decided to stay with my close friend for a while. I have been trying to live fine, although it has not been easy. I also see my late girlfriend in my dreams. I wish I can fully get over this, but it will definitely take time. A long period of time. This happened when I was 16. I went to the grocery store to get some foodstuffs and other cooking items. It was a Saturday evening. My dad usually takes me to the grocery store, but he went to the nearby village for some business meetings, so I had no choice than to go alone. The grocery store was about 20 minutes on foot. I got to the grocery store and I got the necessary food items as I set to go back home. It is getting a bit darker. As I was coming out, a regular looking guy approached me and asked if I lived around. I was nervous because the question sounds a bit disturbing. A total stranger asking if I lived around was quite disturbing. I said no as I walked away, trying not to look back. I could sense him staring at me as I walked. This time I was so scared and very uncomfortable as I hurried back home. About 15 minutes later, I heard, "Hey, you know you can't run from me, right?" Hearing this made me felt instantly sick in my stomach. I turned back and saw the same guy from the grocery store. I froze for about 20 seconds and was motionless. I was freaking out right now. I knew that I couldn't outrun him, so I was scared and confused. I asked, "What do you want from me?" He didn't reply as he stared directly to my eyes. I could feel my skin crawling and my body getting cold. "I am calling the cops," I said with a fearful tone. He laughed this time. He was about 6 feet tall, standing few meters away. He started approaching me, so I had no choice than to run. I knew that I couldn't outrun him, but I had to try. I threw all the food items that I had bought from the grocery store and ran as fast as I could, screaming help to the top of my voice as loud as I can. He was about getting grip of me. Suddenly my dad's car showed up. I saw my dad with one of his friend. He stopped and asked why I was running and screaming so hard. I told him that a regular guy followed me from the grocery store and started chasing me. I looked back and the regular guy was gone. I entered my dad's car. We tried searching the neighborhood, but we didn't see the guy. Probably he doesn't even live in that community. My dad told me that when he got home and he didn't see me, he had to start coming to the grocery store, and I thanked God he did. I couldn't have imagined what that guy would have done to me. My dad told me never to go outside the neighborhood alone because there are evil stalkers around looking for innocent people to make their victims. We got to where I had threw away the food items earlier. They were still intact, so we took them home. Thank God my dad showed up on time. It could have been a different story. I was driving home very late one night. I was coming back from work. I just moved into this neighborhood that I won't disclose its name. I'm still very new in the neighborhood, so I am trying to adapt with my new neighborhood. I don't know anything or anyone around for now. Even the road still looks confusing. So on this fateful day, I was driving home very late in the night, with my car flashlights on in order to see the roads clearly enough. As I continued driving, I saw a figure standing few miles away. As I came, it was a human. A man dressed like a policeman, which I told he was until I later found out that he wasn't. The man in the police uniform ordered me to stop, which I did at first, although paranoid and scared. He asked where I was coming from and I replied that I was coming back from work. He told me to step out of the vehicle for proper inspection and investigation. I said that was not proper, that I don't know him and he was a total stranger. I also told him that it is very disturbing to tell a woman to step out of her vehicle at that time of the night, at that dark environment. He insisted that he was just doing his job, so I asked him for his badge. He did brought out a badge, but the badge looks fake because I know how a fake police badge looks like when I see one. So I can also tell which is fake. I told him that his badge was fake and that I'm calling the cop if he gets closer to my vehicle. This got him really angry and became aggressive. He made some cursing words in some strange languages. He came closer to my car window and I quickly wind up and told him to stand back. I told him that he was trying to invade my privacy. He told me that he was just doing his job. He was trying to open the door, but I had already locked it earlier. I screamed at him to get lost, and I immediately drove off without stopping till I got home, breathing heavily each second as I drive. I was out of breath when I got home. I just went to shower immediately, and after shower to bed. Earlier I was hungry, but I couldn't eat because the earlier incident with that imposter police had swallowed my appetite. I kept recalling the incident for about an hour before I could finally sleep off. About few days, I heard that a fake police in the neighborhood had been arrested for the murder of a certain lady in that neighborhood. It was said that the fake cop abducted her through a night patrol, and she has been reportedly missing till date. It was later told that he was a bloody psychopath that derives joy from murdering his victims, mostly young ladies, from one neighborhood to another, and that he had been disturbing that neighborhood for a while. I recalled my encounter with this fake cop and thanked God that I never came out of the vehicle. It could have been a different story. I could have been killed by that bloody psychopath claiming to be a police officer. A lot of these psychopaths are using police night patrols to murder a lot of innocent and ignorant victims out there. Anyways, I thank God I did not fall victim.